Hey guys, Greg here. Got an update on the Fimi Palm Pergear warranty uh, saga. I want to kind of go back through the ordeal in case there's somebody new that hasn't seen the previous videos. As you know, the first one wouldn't record in 60 frames per second, so I had to send it in to Pergear for an exchange, and they sent me another one. And when I got it wouldn't record in 60 frames per second while it was tracking you, but otherwise it would. And it had a little buzz in the microphone when you set the palm down on a table or if you had it hooked up to a tripod using the internal mic. It would pick up the motor noises. So I contacted Pergear on those issues, and they got back with me and told me that it would not record in 60 frames per second while it was in tracking mode. And as far as the buzz goes, they needed a video so that they could see what was going on. So I sent them, I made a video and I put it up in my last one. And they got back to me and told me that that was a hardware issue that I needed to send it back to them. So I did. And they sent me another one. And this time of them sending me another one, they put an update up for the Fimi Palm. So when I got the other one, I tried it out and it seemed to work pretty good. So I went ahead and updated it. And this firmware that they pushed out allowed you to film in 60 frames per second while it was in tracking mode. So that was good. All that worked great. Only problem is it jacked up the sound side, the audio side of it. The buzzing was a lot worse, and I couldn't get by it with an external mic because the external mic was way too hot. It was horrible. So I contacted them on that, and of course, they don't get back with you immediately on it. So while I was waiting for them to get back to me, I got to thinking, well, when I got it, the thing sounded pretty good. So the only thing that I did different was the firmware. So I rolled it back to the previous firmware, and everything worked out fine. It was working great, except you couldn't film in 60 frames per second. Now I'm filming on it right now. That's what I'm using to make this video with, is the Palm. With that other firmware, when you was in the app and you started cutting the volume down, it has a full mic and then a half mic and then no mic is the settings. But it, instead of being loud, medium, and off, it went from loud to louder to off. It was really, really strange on that firmware. So anyway, I've just rolled it back. I contacted Fimi. I wrote them another email telling them my findings, and they told me thanks for letting them know what was going on with it. Now, they didn't say that they was going to put out another firmware, but they did say that if I had any more problems with it, to let them know. So Pergear did a great job on response and communication. Everything was just top notch with them. I'm very satisfied with the customer service from Pergear. They did their part exceptionally well. I am going to keep this one here because I can work around the 60 frames per second issue, because I'm not going to be using 60 frames per second while tracking. The mic issue, be honest with you, 9 out of 10 times, if you don't have an external mic hooked up to it, you're going to be holding it. And if you're holding it, you don't get any of the buzzing anyway. It's only when you set it on a table or hook it up to a tripod, and in those two instances, you're probably going to have an external mic hooked up to it anyway, to be honest. So the way I look at it is everything's great. And I'm happy with what I got. I can work with it. I just hope that they push out another firmware update to correct the one that they just pushed out. But until they do, I'm going to stay on the previous firmware. I think it's a 1124 camera firmware. The new one's like 1125.04. That one I don't like. And so I'm going to stay with the one that I'm on right now. And I'm happy. They're happy. So everybody's happy. So that's going to wrap up the series here on the Pergear Fimi warranty series that I've been doing. So this will be the last final update on this deal. I think they did really good, and I highly recommend dealing with Pergear. They're an exceptional company. So that's all I have for right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut it off here with take care and stay safe, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.